The missing link between attention and sales is credibility. So today we are focusing on the third C. Some of you may be thinking, Dr. Michael, what do you mean by the third C? What is the C? The C is the 6 C's that help you attract the right customer to your business. The 6 C's that help you attract the right customers to your business. We're going to be talking about it here, but we have it in detail inside a guide that is available now in my profile. Go to my profile, click on it. You see it there. You see it there, the 6 C's. But let's teach from that today. So today we're going to be focusing on credibility. You see, people don't buy because you say you are good. Some of you spend a lot of time. I'm the best. I have the best going. Mine is from this country. It is original. It's not from that country. We all go through trying to. I tell people sometimes, tell me what exactly is of value in your business. And they say, my product is good. It's imported. It is not whatever. And they keep talking about that. That unfortunately doesn't move any needle. So people don't buy because you say you are good. They buy because they believe you can solve their problem. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, what problem you are solving, understanding that, identifying that, being very clear, I promise you, you attract more customers. You attract more customers, clearly understanding what problem you solve, not what do you do. Not what do you do. So people don't buy because you say you are good. They buy because they believe you can solve their problem. So let me ask you a question, guys. Let's engage. Let me ask you a question. If two businesses charge the same exact price for the same service, which one would you choose? The answer is almost always the one you trust more. What you base your trust on, that's subjective. Always remember, the customer doesn't think the way you think. So don't think you know how they think. You are just trying to make sure that you present to them what they need to hear and present it to them consistently. We're going to talk about that. So the answer of the one you buy from is almost always the one you trust. I said almost always, so I'm not here to argue. Almost always. Let's understand that grammar. Almost always the one you trust more. Now, here's what surprises many business owners. Here's what surprises many business owners. Most customers don't reject your business because your service is bad. They reject it because they don't have enough confidence to take the next step. Confidence comes after consistency. If you are consistent, then you are building confidence. If you are consistent, you are building confidence because you are saying the same thing. You are beginning to be dependable. You are not wishy-washy, jumping all over. That is why my lane, I help business owners identify the problem they solve so that they can attract the right customer. And that's what I've been teaching. So the answer is almost always the one you trust. Here is one surprises many business owners though. Most business customers don't reject your business because your service is bad. It's because they don't have enough confidence to take the next step. Trust is not automatic. Yes, trust is not automatic. It is built over time. And the only way you can build it is to be consistent, stable, dependable. So today I'm going to show you how credibility quietly influences every buying decision your customers make. By the end of this session today, you'll know how to strengthen your credibility without pretending to be someone you are not. A lot of people are out there packaging. Lots of people believe you got to package it. Unfortunately, that word packaging is real, but it's been misused. And so far, most people don't even understand what it means anymore, but that's not the topic of the day. But today you learn how to strengthen your credibility without pretending to be someone you are not. That is why clarity, number one, takes place. So tell me in the comments, guys, when you buy something important, what's the first thing you look for? Reviews, experience, recommendations, price. Let me know. Be sincere. When you buy something important, what's the first thing you look for? Is it reviews? Is it experience? Is it recommendations? Or is it price? I'm curious. Let's do a quick survey. What's the first thing you look for? Reviews, experience, recommendations, or price? When you buy some reviews, somebody says reviews. All right, good. And that person says reviews. We got so many reviews. We got the price. We got recommendations, reviews, and experience. All right. So you see, the answers are varied. The answers are varied from each person. So now let's talk about then, in that case, what is credibility? Credibility is earned confidence. Credibility is earned confidence. It answers the customer's question, can I trust you? Can I trust you? See, trust lowers the risk of buying. Somebody came up to my live yesterday, was talking about people don't want to take a risk to join his business. And I was telling him he was going about it the wrong way. So I invited him to my other business I do at 1 p.m. every day for him to see what it looks like to have the right people around you so that you are not worried about whether they have a risk or not. I didn't see him there though. And when I didn't see him, I'm not sure whether I was there, but I didn't see him there. But it then answers the question I always tell people. You see, insight without action is entertainment. You can come here and talk all day long and throw grammar on my box. But if you are not taking action, you are just being entertained. And you are not fooling me, you're fooling yourself. So always remember, the buck stops with you. So what is credibility, guys? Credibility is earned confidence. It answers the customer's question, can I trust you? Trust lowers the risk of buying, and every customer is trying to reduce uncertainty before making a decision. So for example, imagine hiring 2 electricians. Both charge the same amount. One has clear reviews, completed projects, and satisfied clients. The other simply says, trust me. Which one gets the job? Which one gets the job? So the action step for you here is, ask yourself this question. What proof have I given customers that I can deliver what I promise? That is a question you need to look in the mirror. Literally, you need to stand in front of the mirror or look at your phone, look at your eyeball to eyeball, and be sincere with yourself. What proof have I given my customers that I can deliver what I promise? Most of the time, you have missed it. You have missed it. So the question now is, have you ever chosen a business because someone recommended them? Yes, because you believed in that person. You borrowed that person's trust. You borrowed that person's credibility. That's what you did. Think about this carefully. You bought something or went somewhere based on recommendation. If somebody recommends something to me that I don't trust that person, I cannot trust what they are recommending, even if they are recommending something that will save my life and save my business. I can't. It will be difficult because the person giving me that recommendation does not have credibility. So that's why I said, why the question of this week, of today, is why customers don't trust your business, your service, in many cases, you. You need to work hard to make sure that people know you for who you are, what you are. Don't deviate. Hello from Malaysia. Don't deviate. Because if you have ever chosen a business because someone recommended them, that's exactly what you did. So these are 5 ways businesses build credibility. 5 ways that businesses build credibility. Number 1, results. Show outcomes, not just effort. That's why I made, I think, DY Pixels to come up and give a testimony when I finished the 7-day teaching series recently. And so far, I'm having those testimonies now be posted on my profile. Show outcomes, not just efforts. Testimonials, another way. Let customers tell your story. This is so important. Allow the customers to tell your story. Allow the customers to tell your story. The way to allow the customer to tell your story is, most of the time, just make sure you focus on showing it, showing proof, and sometimes just letting them do the talking. Some people can even feel it without them experiencing you. There are lots of ways that people can experience you. So don't think it's one way. That's why we are human beings. Everybody feels differently. Everybody feels differently. So the next way is testimonials. Like I said, let customers tell your story. The third way is experience. Share what you've learned. Don't simply list years. Explain lessons. That is why I am doing what I'm doing, like I'm doing it. Share what you've learned. Don't simply just list how many years you've been doing it. Yes, you can, but then share what you've learned. Explain. lessons. Number 4 is consistency. Keep your promises. Trust grows through repeated positive experiences. And number 5, education. Teach generously. I think I teach sometimes too generous here. I've been told that I've been told by so many people who have been watching me for the last 6-7 months. Teach generously. People trust experts who help them understand. People trust experts who help them understand. I'm going to repeat it again. These are 5 ways businesses build credibility: results, testimonials, experience, consistency, and education. So this week, my challenge to you is this: publish one customer success story or one lesson you've learned helping a client. It's either you are telling a story of what the customer has experienced or the lessons you learned. Publish that one thing this week in your business. Very important. So I'm going to roll over now to credibility mistakes. Credibility mistakes. There are many credibility mistakes out there, but I'm going to touch on 4. So mistake number 1, credibility mistakes. Mistake number 1, talking about yourself more than your customer's success. If you're going to talk about yourself, speak about your outcomes from how you fell or the experiences you had and how you recovered, or what you learned from it and what you are teaching. So if you're going to talk about yourself, not I achieved, I did, we are this, I have a Lamborghini, I've bought that, I've made this much money. You never hear me mention any of those things. I'm not saying I have them though. Please don't get me wrong. But you never hear me mention all of those things. Rather, anytime I have an opportunity to share an experience with you that will wake you up like, hey, this person talking to you has been through it, I don't miss it. Because that is more valuable to you than anything I want to talk about myself that I've earned or not earned. Why is it valuable to you? It gives you a picture of a reality of something that could happen to you. And finally, a picture of somebody that has been through what has crossed your mind or you are going through or will go through and how they went through it. I'd rather you row these boats. Can you just come and row my boat for a few minutes? Because I'm about to enter those waters. That is why mistake number 1, talking about yourself more than your customer's success. Mistake number 2, making claims without evidence. Making claims without evidence. Some businesses require that heavily. Is that one of yours? Then make sure you have evidence of it. Mistake number 3, waiting until someone asks before sharing proof. You must never be tired of sharing proof. It is a myth that sharing proof is you are just bragging. No, you are just sharing proof. How else are you going to share it but to share the proof? How else? The proof that my community is worthwhile is now people are renewing. 3 months now, yes, we just touched our 3rd month, and people are renewing. You don't renew what doesn't give you value. You don't renew when you are in an environment that the person is not impacting you, either in or out of it. You don't renew when you're about to say, because everybody goes through it. Let's be real. Everybody will go through it. Well, do I really need this thing? Your mind will tell you what you gained. And then you'll be like, I need just to be around here. Especially if it's an affordable community. So that's proof. The proof is people are renewing. 1st month, I knew they would, but I have no proof. Now I have proof. And the reason I'm saying this is somebody that I thought will not renew has renewed. When I saw the renewal come through yesterday, I'm like, okay, I know I'm doing something right. I know I'm serving the business community. I know that what I'm bringing to the table is unique. When this person renewed yesterday, I never thought she would. But she's very busy. And I figured she's just going to say, But when I saw the renewal, I'm like, okay. So mistake number 4, thinking qualifications alone create trust. Yes, I have a PhD, but you rarely hear me talk about it. And when I talk about it in reference to what it took to get it and just some few things, but not ramming it. No, sometimes people wonder, do I? Because I come to everybody's level. So thinking qualifications alone create trust is so wrong. Degrees may open the conversation, which is the only reason I got that thing. Results build confidence. Results build confidence. The reason I got that is because of that. To open conversations, because I know where I come from and I know where I'm going. At a certain age, where I'm going, if you don't have any title, nobody listens. Unfortunately, that is so wrong, but it is what it is, because I know I have a lot in here I need to deliver that will help people. So what do I need to do to prove that I'm worth listening to? That's the only reason I got that. That's the only reason I sweated 4 to 7 years to get that and wrote those books. That's the only reason. Because I wanted something that can help me prove that I'm worth listening to. When you are trying to go into business or do something, do whatever it takes within reason, because you understand the terrain. I understood the terrain that I will end up. Because I can promise you, at a certain level of age, I'm not there, I'm far from it. Nobody listens anymore in some circles, except you have some title to back it up, which doesn't really prove anything, but you now have to say, yes, now deliver. So the 4 mistakes of credibility are these. 4 credibility mistakes. Mistake number 1, talking about yourself more than your customer's success. Mistake number 2, making claims without evidence. Mistake number 3, waiting until someone asks before sharing proof. Mistake number 4, thinking qualifications alone create trust. Degrees may open the conversation, results build the confidence. So what has helped your customers trust you the most? These are some thoughts for you. If you can drop it in the comments, that would be nice. What has helped your customers trust you the most? Because once people trust you, something interesting happens. Once people trust you, something interesting happens. They begin to connect with you personally. That is why tomorrow's topic comes in. Connection. So if you are watching me for the first time, join me tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic and title is connection. That's very important. It's one of the 6 C's. The remaining 5 C's, however, let's touch on them. The remaining 5 C's to be able to attract the right customer to you is clarity. People can't trust what they don't understand. Customer. Trust grows faster when people know you are talking directly to them. Connection. Trust opens the door to relationships. Consistency. Trust grows through repeated actions. Conversion. People buy when the trust becomes confidence. People buy when trust becomes confidence. So I want to kind of share with you what I call your credibility audit. I hope you can write this down. What I call your credibility audit. I want you to rate yourself from 1 to 10. 1 being so low. Don't give yourself 0. I hope not. So that's why I didn't put 0. 1 being so low and 10 being flying aces. Be honest with yourself. So this is how I think one of the ways you can give yourself a credibility audit. A sincere one. Number 1, do people know what you do? If you have been watching me for the last few weeks, you know that these are not questions you just answer now. They are questions that you actually can go back to some things I've said to guide you to get the answers to this question, so you can give yourself a true, realistic credibility audit. Or for those of you that have bought the guide, this is going to allow you to use that guide better. If I bought the guide, this will allow you to use the guide better. Number 3 is we have clarity, customer, connection, consistency, conversion. Your credibility audit goes like this. Number 1, do people know what you do? That's number 1. Number 2, do you have customer success stories? If you don't have any, don't worry. Number 3, remember, we're giving an audit. Number 3, do you regularly teach your expertise? If you don't, start now. Do you show your work? Don't be shy. Nobody can. You got to be proud to show it, no matter how small. Celebrate the little wins. Don't decide which is worthy of showing or not. And then, would a stranger immediately trust your business? If not, begin to find ways to do that. Be around the people that can teach you that. Let it be a discussion topic with somebody you trust. So your credibility audit is what you need. Score yourself from 1 to 10. First question, do people know what you do? Do you have customer success stories? Do you regularly teach your expertise? Do you show your work? Will the stranger immediately trust your business? Then, whatever score you give yourself isn't a judgment. Whatever score you gave yourself isn't a judgment. It's simply your starting point. That is why this is very important to do between you and you. And I can tell you that the reason these questions are here is those of you that have picked up the guide will be able to do that. M&A says 6/10. I hope you gave it a deep thought. I don't expect anybody to give me a score here because this is something you need to think deeply, something you need to check. Why do I say that? I'm asking, do people know what you do? M&S, let's see. M&A Fashion. You scored 6/10. That is very good. I'm very proud of you. However, do me a favor. Do people know what you do? What did you score it? M&A Fashion. When the question says, do people know what you do? M&A, what score did you give yourself? Thank you for the follow. M&A, what score? I said what score? I know they know. What score is what I asked you. Not yes, they know. What score? I said score between 1 to 10. You said 6. Good. What score did you give yourself in? Do people know what you do? That's the question. What score? I have the scores from 1 to 10. What score did you give yourself of do people know what you do? I'm waiting. Share. This is an engaging live. Yes, they know. I know. Believe me, I know they know. It's just the score. What score did you give yourself of do people know what you do? M&A Fashions. Portia says 4 out of 10. Good. Okay. I'm curious. M&A, you said 5 out of 10. Okay, good. 5 out of 10. Nice. They know what to do. Good. So the best way to be able to be sure, see, this is why I say you can't answer these questions here. You really can't answer these questions here. If you have been watching me for a while, you can't answer these questions on this live. If you're answering the questions on this live, then you have not been watching me enough or you haven't been listening well. However, let me help you here. The only way you can know if people know what you do is to find 10 people that know you, and I know you can find 10. Find 10 people that you know you, that you are so confident, and ask them, do you know what I do for people? You may be shocked that the questions are all different. That may just shock you. Find people that know you, not 1, not 2, maybe 10 or 20. This audit I'm talking about here, guys, this is research that is going to serve you. This is not for you to find a way to make you feel good. It is your call. I'm just telling you, if you want to do that, ask them, 10 people, 15, and see what they tell you. Don't jump in when they are talking. Just listen. Please, can you tell me and record it? Tell them, I'm asking you a question. I'm doing a research for my business. Can I ask you if you want one question? Oh, sure, but I got to record it. I don't want to be on recording. Okay, thank you very much. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Find somebody that can allow you to. Why? Because when you are playing it back, I promise you, you'll be looking like, for real? And don't get into the part that are you done talking. When they are done, they will let you know. Well, that's what I think of you. Thank you very much. Click. You move on to the next. Go and play it again. Alone. Clarity. You will be shocked. And you now go back to the question I'm asking you that you answered on here. Did you really answer it right? No, you did not. I'm sorry. You did not answer it right. Do you have customer success stories? Yes, you do. Can you list them clearly? Yes, you do. Can you now go back to that customer and tell them what has been your success experience with me? You will be shocked that you overlooked the basic fundamental. These are not questions you answer because you are in Dr. Michael's live or because you bought the guide and you answer it and say, I'm done. The guide, guys, is something that the guide will make you discover things you never thought was there. That's why it is so simple. But if you take it as simple as it is, you are missing the value. Do you regularly teach your expertise? That may shock you that you don't. You are always just telling. You are just telling. I'm telling you, you are not teaching. There's a difference between teaching and telling. I could sit and tell you stuff. I'm teaching you. I just give an example. How to do the research and answer these questions accurately. You can't answer it on this live. If you do, then you don't understand the questions. You don't really understand the depth of the questions. So do you regularly teach your expertise? Ask people that have been around you, people that have engaged in your business. What have you learned from me? I know you buy from me, but is there anything you've learned? Even if they are buying canned tomato from you, they should learn something. I was teaching something recently, a long time ago, one of my lives in the past. I was talking to a makeup artist, how they can sell extra makeup remover. Let me give you that example I gave them, which I know most people don't do. It will cost you an investment, something small. But what I'm about to share with you, I doubt if any makeup artist watching me will do this or have done this. I can bet you my dollar. None of you have, except if you've been in my life before. So for example, you go do makeup. One of the things you want to do is at least upsell. You want to upsell what? The easiest thing, makeup remover. Instantly, you're going to get a pushback. I have makeup remover too. It's all over my counter. Really? Wow, that's good. But allow me. This makeup remover is what really removes it fully. What's the difference? Can I see your hand? Now, at this point, make sure it is the body part that you have practiced at home. So I'm just saying hand for the sake of talking. So when the palm, hand, elbow, which part of the body, whichever. Why? Invest in a magnifying glass. Invest in a magnifying glass. If you want to practice this at home, buy a magnifying glass, find a cheap one, do what I'm saying on yourself. You'll be shocked. Put a magnifying glass on your skin. You will see the pores of your skin that look so smooth, shiny, smooth skin. Some people even think the skin is so smooth, there is nothing. BS. Your largest organ in your body is your skin. If your skin gets yawa, you are done. The largest organ in your body, on your body, is your skin. It's your skin. So take a magnifying glass, show the skin. Say, it says the cleaning well. Good. Make sure that your makeup remover is balm. Because that's the way you sell. You are teaching now. You go from a makeup artist to biology teacher. Simple biology. The average person has never seen their skin before. The average person doesn't even know their largest organ is their skin. Or taking a magnifying glass to see their skin, to see how dirty it can be after they think they've washed it. That's why you put things under microscope to show you this is what you are eating. I'm not going to mention some of it because I don't want to mess up their business. To show what you are eating. Put it under my microscope. Many times you won't buy some things again. So give them a magnifying glass. Madam, let me show you. What's that? That's your skin, man. That is the depth of the pores. So this makeup remover cleans deep into the pores. Make sure you have a good makeup remover, not the cheap one you buy and carrying around just to sell and mix it with water, just to sell something. Make sure because if you prove something and you don't have the backup, you're going to look very, very stupid. And you lose credibility. We just talked about it. So make sure that everything is credible. And then you just put a lipstick on it, whatever, and you wipe. And they see how clean he cleaned it. Trust me, at that point, they are not thinking about their own. They are thinking, how good is it? Most of the time, the one they have is not by them. It's at home. They are in your studio or they are in a whatever. So the chances of competition or before and after of both is very rare. So once you wipe it up, you see, madam, and then you must find you to bring what you call a no-name brand makeup remover. There are a lot of cheap, useless makeup removers in the market. You know, if you're in the business, you know that if you're in the business, you know there are some cheap ones out there that do nothing. They just kind of move it around. But to the naked eye, it looks like it's wiped. But to the real magnifying glass, nothing. You just dissolved and rubbed it in deeper. So you now do your part. You do the no-name brand. Wipe it. So this may be what you are doing, ma. Yes, this is very bad for your skin. And as much as I've made you look very beautiful, we need to take it off. It's not something you sleep in so that you don't have reactions, blah, 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 blah. How much is this? Don't start price gouging. Reasonable. You will sell more. If you're smart, You find a place where you get a good quality, rebrand it in your brand name. Now you are spreading your own brand. Are you beginning to see? Do you regularly teach your expertise? No, you don't. You need to start doing that. In your business, find something you can teach. Do you show your work? Are you showing it or you are telling it? Big difference. Will the stranger immediately trust your business? Test it out and shock yourself. So that is your credibility audit, which is very important. But remember that whatever you score you give yourself is not a judgment. It's a starting point, because if you do it the way I'm doing it, you put your heart and soul into this and you do this experiment, which is for your business, not for me, it's for you. I don't need to know the answer. This will help you know, okay, I'm lacking here, I'm lacking there. Wow, this is what they say. I need to change the way I'm talking. And you'll be shocked. Most business SMEs don't do that. They just say, I'm making money. Somebody came up to my live the other day, they're trying to do something, and they just kept ramming that I'm making good revenue. Okay, if you're making good revenue, why are you asking me how do you want investors? So it's not your revenue. So guys, what number would you give yourself? Whatever number is, make sure that you let that be your starting point. So today we focused on credibility. We focused on credibility today, but credibility is only one part of attracting customers consistently. The 6 C's all work together. When one is weak, the others have to work much harder. That is why I created the 6 C's of Customer Attraction Guide, the guide that I've been alluding to throughout this live. That's why I created the 6 C's of Customer Attraction Guide. I just didn't pick these 6 C's out of the air. I looked at what really are the foundations that people miss, because the foundation is really where many business owners miss. Regardless of what kind of business you are in, service, medical, I don't care. Any kind of business you are in watching me, the foundation most of the time is faulty. And when the foundation is faulty, you can complete that sentence yourself. This 6 C's guide helps you strengthen every part of your customer attraction system, not just one. It is a system, meaning it's a system that you use, reuse, tweak, teach your employees some part of it so they too can retain. When customers come in and you are not there, your employees are oozing you. They are your duplication. You don't work hard to duplicate yourself in your employees. You just want them to be there, collect the money, and you come and count it. You need to spend some time to duplicate yourself in them, because trust me, when you are not there, they are your face. The customer doesn't care who you are. When you are not there, the employees are your face. Have you invested in their mind? Have you invested in their knowledge? Most of you don't, because you are more worried about the customer, the employee learning something or getting more confidence and go open their own. Well, welcome to the reality. That is going to happen. That is part of the environment called business. Because you yourself did not fall from the sky. You picked something somewhere. So the 6 C's work together, guys. When one is weak, others have to work harder. That is why I created the 6 C's of Customer Attraction Guide. It helps you strengthen every part of your customer attraction system. Operative word, system, not just one. So if today's live showed you where your credibility could be stronger, the guide will help you turn those insights into action. Insights without action is entertainment. I really hope that in the last 35 minutes, I have not just entertained you. If I have, you have just wasted your life, because the time you spent here for entertainment is life wasted. I don't like to do that. I want the life you spend here to be impactful, no matter how small. Whether when you live my life, something drops in your head. The whole thing cannot drop there, because the human brain cannot retain everything it sees, hear, and do. That doesn't happen. So please remember, this guide will help you turn those insights you picked up today into action. So I need you to comment guide or use the link in my profile to get a code, but I'd rather you comment guide, because when you comment guide, I reach back to you personally. Comment guide if you think this guide will help your business or your life, quite frankly. Thank you. If you have felt that this is a guide that will serve you well as a business owner, no matter how big or small, comment guide. And if you're a big business, I'm telling you, you will be shocked that this guide will expose things faster for you. If you're a business owner watching me and you think I'm too big for this, these are for SMEs, you have missed the boat. The yacht just left you and you went on a cruise and you are left behind. The boat just left you behind. You're on the dock yelling, but they moved. They don't reverse. It's done. Because the bigger you are, the more you need that simplicity. The bigger you are, you need to have something simple you can pass on. Not give your employees to read. They won't read it. You pass on the knowledge to them. So I wanted to type guide if you think this kind of guide will serve you well. Now, let me first of all caution you. Let me caution you about this guide. Yes, there is a caution. I'm a very sincere person. There is a very, very big caution about this guide. If you want this guide, there's a big caution. This is the caution because I want to make sure that you are going in eyes wide open. This guide is so simple. A 15-year-old can comprehend. And that is the danger point. Because many of you have been conditioned to think if it's not difficult, grammar from Dr. Michael, big deal, big R, you hear some buzzwords, they have not delivered. However, simplicity is what is missing in your business. Simplicity. If you really look at your business very well, what is going to take and tweak your business in the right direction is so simple that when it happens, you like, just that? Yes, just that. So that is the caution. This guide is very simple. But that's why it's called a guide. It is a living, breathing guide for you that you need to use, revisit, and reuse. Not a guide you use once and put it aside. It will help you because those seasons when sales are slow, you do it again. Use the guide to be checking you every month. After a while, every quarter. No more. Every quarter at the most. Use this guide to keep doing your recheck. You will see that it will help you see, are you evolving? Keep your answers you experienced the first time. Check your answers in 90 days. You will be shocked. That is how you check yourself as a business owner. Not by sycophants around you yelling you, hey, madam, big boy, big girl. No, that doesn't do you any good. Actually, it puts you in serious danger because you have the wrong people around you. So I needed to comment guide